Welcome to Inland Empire Alive, bringing you issues, events, and perspectives from throughout San Bernardino and Riverside counties. I'm David Brady, and on today's show, I'll welcome back Edward Urchevek and Ali Cisneros from the San Bernardino Public Library to talk about the 40th anniversary of the Norman Feldheim Central Library. That's today on Inland Empire Alive. Well, 2025 marks the 40th anniversary of the Norman Feldheim Central Library in San Bernardino. And here to tell us about a year-long celebration is Ed Urchevek, the library director for the city of San Bernardino, and Ali Cisneros, the city's literacy program coordinator. Welcome back, both of you, to the program. Let's start at the beginning. Who was Norman Feldheim?
Norman Feldheim was a rabbi at Congregation Emmanuel in the north end of town at the time, and then he was a member of the library board of trustees. The library has a library board of trustees that has administrative oversight of library operations, although the funding is allocated by the mayor and city council. So he had served on that for many years and had been a prominent member of the community in other civic organizations as well. So the city had various central libraries over the years since its initial existence in 1891. So when they were looking at building a new central library in the late 70s into the early 80s, the board voted to name the new central library in his honor.
And so now, 40 years later, how does it feel to be celebrating this milestone? You get to work there every day.
Yes. And
well, where's your office?
It's on the second floor at the
okay. So what is it like
to
not only be celebrating this milestone, but to see the people using it every day? It's not theoretical. You're actually seeing what a role it plays in the community.
Absolutely. We are very blessed to work for a really incredible central library. It is huge. I always try to describe it to people, but you really can't do it justice without seeing it for yourself. It's unlike I travel the country and visit libraries, trust me, and it is quite magical. So it is wonderful to see all of the community come in, the wonderful new things we've brought on over the years and are continuing to work towards bringing on. So we're always really excited, and to celebrate this 40th anniversary was a really big deal for us. So we're really excited not only for the kickoff event, but for, like you mentioned, a year-long celebration of all the great things Feldheim has.
Well, I know that plans are still in the works.
Yes.
But tell me a little bit about what you do know is happening. I know it starts close to the actual anniversary itself in September.
Yes, I believe it's the actual day of the 40th anniversary, right, Ed? Monday, September 29th.
And you'd open on the 30th.
Right.
And
yeah, or close to it, yes. And it'll be from 4 to 7 p.m. So kind of have an open time frame. We understand people, for work or life, we want to have a couple of hours for people to come in and celebrate. We're going to have some food trucks that we're really excited about, and just stuff going on throughout the entire library. So in all the different areas, you'll find something different, performers, displays, all sorts of fun stuff.
Can you both, if I can get a little philosophical on you both, can you talk about the role that libraries play in a community as a gathering point, as a connection to the outside world, as a facility of community?
I have to say I've been in libraries my whole life, from a volunteer to a worker, and all these years later. And I know for myself, libraries helped save my life. They were a safe space, a place that I can go when my family didn't have very much money, and I was able to still get resources and still have fun. And it's amazing to me that all these years later, that's still the case. And if anything, we've just brought more and more to the community. So I just always appreciate that libraries help close those gap bridges that unfortunately I feel nowadays are becoming wider and wider. And that's something that we're really proud at San Bernardino Public Library to be able to help bridge that gap.
And Ed, what about you? What is that role that it plays for you?
Yeah, it's going along the lines of what Ali says. It offers so many things to the community, from free programs for young adults and people of all ages. Ali's work is principally in our literacy center. We offer obviously many resources beyond just what people think of as traditional
Well, I was
books.
going to ask, do people lose sight of that it isn't just checking out a book?
Right.
It's applying for a job. It's legal assistance. It's, I mean, there's so much more, and it's 3D printing in many
Yes.
places. I mean, it is not just, well, I checked out the latest Grisham novel.
Right.
Yes.
Talk about the features that make the Feldheim Library particularly so special. What are some of the attributes that, I know you've got reference center, literacy center, you've got meeting rooms.
Absolutely, and there's more that's coming too. At the end of this year, we'll be opening our Anna Maker Space, which will be...
Oh, is that the Garner Holt?
Yes, absolutely. We're really excited about that because it is going to be an incredible space where people can create with industry level machines, something that people would never be able to be exposed to, and they'll be able to experience all the time here at Feldheim, which is lots of libraries have maker spaces and they are incredible, but this will kind of be, as you mentioned with Garner Holt, a step.
Well,
kind of
local
above
hero
that,
and,
yes. And with animatronics and just so many great things.
When we come back, we will hear all about the 40th anniversary celebration of the Norman Feldheim Central Library in San Bernardino after these messages.
The City of San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the City of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
Well, I'm talking with Ed Urchevak, the library director for the City of San Bernardino, and Ali Cisneros, its literacy program coordinator, all about the 40th anniversary celebration coming up this fall of the Feldheim Central Library. How do libraries remain relevant in a world where everybody's glued to their mobile devices, everybody's streaming this or that, or it's TikTok? I mean, how do you continue to make libraries relevant in that space where it's all about the screen?
Well, kind of like you mentioned before, libraries have become so much more than just books, right? We have California Park passes that you can check out to go to, I believe it's almost 100 different California parks for free. We have a Library of Things collection. So we have American Girl dolls, something that
the tea parties.
Yes, absolutely. We are going to be adding graphic calculators soon, telescopes. Like I mentioned, the Anna Maker Space will be coming in the fall, just bringing in so much more than, again, just books, even though, of course, I'm always going to be a book fan.
Is it a challenge keeping up with technology and making sure that libraries kind of offer the, if not the latest and greatest, at least things that are sort of comparable to what kids are?
Sure, given the limited resources financially, but also we offer various online resources to our library card holders, such as the Overdrive ebooks and e-audiobooks when you talk about using devices where people can take advantage of those. We offer other online resources, including something called BrainFuse, where learners can chat with an online tutor and receive information, and that's something available from kids to adults with experts on subject areas. We also have a mobile app where people can use the mobile app to check our catalog, see what's going on at the library from the events calendar, and utilize our electronic resources. With our website, sbpl.org, just think of San Bernardino Public Library.org, it has the events calendar, what's going on at the library, links to our online resources, and everything that we have. And then also, in addition to the Central Library, which is celebrating its 40th anniversary, we have 3 branch libraries, Villaseñor, Rowe, and Ingram Branch as well, that people in those parts of the community have great affection for.
We hear so much in the news about taxes, people wanting lower taxes, and I don't want to pay taxes for things I don't use. And I always, when I hear people say things like that, I'm like, do you like libraries? Do you like fire departments? Can you talk about the role that people's taxes play in funding this and the importance of having government back these type of services? And maybe you don't go to the library, but there are many, many people who vitally depend on these services.
Right. Well, in terms of our budget from the city, we've been fortunate that since 2021, the city has been able to allocate us more revenue to expand the hours up to 40 hours at all 4 locations and basically double our staff in the last 4 years. Though it's important to note that really with a budget of $5 million in a city of 225,000 people, you're still only looking at about less than $20 per person per year. So it's really a great bargain in terms of what the people can receive at a very minimal cost to them. If there's any community that can benefit from a free public library, it is here.
And that's where places or organizations like the City Library Foundation comes in, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little about, we've got a little bit of time left, about the need for donors and volunteers and ways that people can get more involved in the library besides being just a patron?
Well, absolutely. As the literacy program coordinator, I could tell you, we absolutely are always looking for volunteers to help us. We have such a need in this community of individuals that are looking to improve their English reading, writing, and speaking skills. And there's quite frankly just not enough, unfortunately, staff, even with the true generosity of the city and Ed to get us more staff. There's just so many learners, so many individuals that need support, and that takes time. It's not something that gets done overnight. So if there's anyone who's looking to help change people's lives, I promise you, your time will be well spent volunteering with us at San Bernardino Public Library.
You already mentioned the website, but I want to give it again. It is sbpl.org. Before I let you go, we got 40 seconds left. How does somebody get a library card? We got to get some library cards off of this segment.
Well, we have all the details on our website, and then also our phone number is 909-998-4251. The most common form is to have California driver's license or government ID with current address, although if you've moved or that, you can combine it with utility bills, etc. But you can check the website or call us to get the details. And then in addition to the Library Foundation, we also have a Friends of the Library where they have periodic book sales and an ongoing book sale to raise funds as they sponsor summer reading program and other activities. And you can also donate older books or magazines that you have around the house and you may not need
I have a
any
couple
longer.
I have to give you. in
Donate
fact.
to the Friends for that. So both the foundation, there's more monetary donations, and then the Friends will be the materials or money. Those are 501c3 nonprofits that you can donate to.
Well, Ed, Allie, you make a great pair. It is wonderful having you both on the program. I want to say again, the Norman F. Feldheim Central Library kicking off its 40th anniversary celebration this fall. Thank you again for being here.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you.
Visit iealive.com.